Hi everyone, James Baker CPA here, and today we're going to talk to a Canadian person about opening a US company. It's when you're in Canada and you want a US LLC, there's different tax things to consider because in Canada, they tax LLCs like corporations, and in the US, they're pass-through entities. So there's a lot of things to discuss and consider when opening a US company as a Canadian. So I tried to think of the title of the video and SEO it and talk about the same title, but I couldn't figure it out. Canadian, how to open an LLC as a Canadian. There you go, repeated. So thanks for being here. Let's get to the call, and it's a short call, but I think it's really good. There's actually some secrets in here. You stay to the end to find out the secret tip that I gave Jean Gerard, because I gave the spoiler away. But we have some. It's a little unique. There's some extra twists in this call. I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get to the call. Thanks.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for waiting for me. The last call went pretty long.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. And thank you so much for showing in the meeting.
No, thanks again for showing up. Where are you calling from?
That's fine. I'm based in Canada. I'm not US citizen.
You are?
No, I'm based in Canada. I'm Canadian citizen.
Okay, cool. You're Canadian. Nice to meet you, Canadian citizen. Jean Gerard, nice. Are you in
No,
I guess like
yes, go ahead.
In like Ontario or like Quebec or
Yes,
something?
I'm based in Ontario.
I was just a guess.
Cities of our. Yeah.
Cool. Well, what questions do you have for me today? Check out the notes. Was basic
Yes,
questions.
I tried to get the LLC in US to running business on Amazon, couple things also, and I just saw your videos on YouTube, and I say let me try to see if I can get help from you because I would like to open my LLC company over there, and I saw many people on YouTube, but when you talk about your experience, and I say, oh, maybe it's why people I can talk about a little bit to see what can I get from you with my company. First of all, I have an idea about Delaware, New Mexico, and Wyoming.
Yeah.
Something. And it's the reason I call you. I say, which one? I know videos you say Wyoming, it's good, and New Mexico also. But my situation, I'm based in Canada, and I don't want to many paperwork every year, every month. I see New Mexico, no report, nothing for New Mexico. And for Wyoming, I see you have every years. You have to produce your report.
Well, you're always gonna. So Delaware is. I would recommend Wyoming or New Mexico. If you want to do New Mexico, it's fine. You still have to every year pay a registered agent in Mexico. You need an address in New Mexico. So there's still the same amount of work to do every year. Basically, you pay $160 or something for a Wyoming company every year, or you pay just $100 for a New Mexico company. So it's you can pick whatever you want, but you still have to send an email and make a small payment every year to keep the registered agent because you need an address in the state. But apart from that, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much from a tax perspective. What's interesting, and I'll comment a little bit about this just to give you some insights. As a Canadian, the LLC isn't a pass-through entity, but in America it is. But if you don't have any US trade or business with your LLC in the US, you said you were going to do Amazon, right?
Yes, I'm going to do Amazon, and I already have Amazon, but I want to. It's on my own. I want to switch it to the LLC. I don't want to keep it on my own.
Okay, you're on Ontario. Okay, so Yeah, so it's interesting how it's taxed in Canada, but if you do it the right way and you don't have any US trade or business, you don't have to pay taxes in the US, and you can, and in Canada, I think you only pay taxes on what you distribute to yourself. If you leave all the
Yes.
money in the company, you don't pay taxes on it.
Yeah, but because I pay the both because it's still on my own. I want to separate it my own and do the business and keep it separate. The business should be set up by itself, and I can grab the revenue from the business, pay myself, and I pay the tax on the revenue I took from the business. But otherwise, if I keep it on my own, it should be the same thing. If something it's happened on me, my asset is it's for the business also. I
But
don't want to mark.
it's good to diversify. If you have an LLC and you also have the Ontario company, you have two options in case you have an issue with one, you can keep operating with the other. So there's a big benefit with doing that. Are you already selling? Do you already have an active store?
I have an active store, but I'm just going to sell because my goods are from China, and I think it should be arrive on US maybe this month or next month. I'm going to just start to selling on Amazon, and I already opened the account on my own. I spoke with Amazon. They say when you get the information with the LLC, you can swipe your account on your company.
Yeah.
But for now, but I say, okay, it's a good thing. Let me see if I can get an agent from US to take care of all of them for me, and I pay the fees and get my LLC set up, get my bank account set up over there. And I don't know if it's required the phone number. I don't think so.
Depending on what bank you go to, it's beneficial, but you can use a Canadian phone number. It's the same as US, really. It's the same old +1. Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
I,
for most of my clients that have come and visit me in Miami and we set up the accounts, I think they usually use the Canadian numbers. I don't think there's a problem. You still get regular SMS text messages, so yeah, no issue.
That's okay. That's fine. Are you based in Florida?
My offices are in Miami. I'm in Panama at the moment, but my office is, our headquarters is in Miami.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yes, and it's the reason I call you because I need to get a brief description, briefing what LLC working, what I need to provide, what I need to do, and what the state I need to choose, better versus Delaware, New Mexico, Wyoming.
So I'm gonna say right away, I like Wyoming, but I understand New Mexico. There's really flip a coin if you can't decide. I usually, for all my clients, we use Wyoming. I like Wyoming better. They're easier to change things for. It's more flexible in terms of the laws are better. It's private also, where Mexico is like public.
What is versus private? What is versus private and public?
The best what?
What is versus private and public?
Well, you can go on the New Mexico and the Wyoming website and search companies to see what companies are registered there, and you can see who the owners are of the companies on the internet. If you tell me your company name, I can look you up and make sure you're the owner. Except in Wyoming, we use the attorneys to open the company, so it's private. So no one's the owner is. Yeah, so it doesn't, for a lot of people it doesn't matter. Like who's going to look up your company, and even if they know it's yours, what does that matter? But there's a lot of my clients and people I work with who just like extra privacy. I have Wyoming companies, even though I have Florida companies, which are completely public. So I have both. It's not, you still have to tell the IRS more or less who you are when you get the EIN number and when you file your tax forms, but there's not, it's not, it's like, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I would say just make a decision and let's move, let's do it, because you should be spending most of your time on your business, instead of this stuff. This is
Yeah,
all,
exactly.
it's all administrative stuff.
Yes.
It's important.
And
It just doesn't make
okay.
money. It doesn't make you any money.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And I can go to the New Mexico. It's because I just saw some information. I don't say it's accurate because it says they provide no reports, no nothing for New Mexico. And Wyoming, you have to provide a report every year, and you pay as a fee, I guess.
Yeah, I think the fee is $62. So
$62, not too much.
yeah, so it's not, again, it's not very much. Even with
Okay.
inflation, it hasn't gone up. So that I just think with the convenience, I think Wyoming's worth $62. I think it's $62 a year better than New Mexico, in my opinion. But it doesn't. But in the end, it really doesn't matter. I just opened a couple companies in New Mexico, and I always am having issues changing stuff and moving stuff. And because it's private in Wyoming, we can change the ownership much easier without having to reflect it with the state. It's all internal.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is
And
something.
yeah. And what is the total for the price for Wyoming?
I don't know, a couple $100. It's not.
Okay. What I need to provide you to open the account
So
for Wyoming.
if you want to work with us, we have packages. What we're providing, we're not just opening companies, we're really providing support packages through the whole thing. So I can send you details about some of the packages we have and like what the
Great,
costs
great.
are
Thank you so much.
included. But for the purpose of this call, because I think this is a Zoom YouTube call, right? So this is finally I get to have
It's a
some.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a Zoom.
Yeah, so I'm mostly happy to answer all your questions, and I'll send you the details about working with us on an email after.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you so
no
much.
worries.
Yeah, but I really want to go with the agency because I don't have no idea what it's going to do with your side, and I don't want to go to my own, but I don't have any address or so on your one.
Yeah, we use our address. We open the company. Like for us, it's the same cost with no matter what state you choose. Really, Delaware right now currently is taking at least a month to open companies. So we're not really opening many in Delaware. So I mean, like I said, it really that doesn't really matter that much as long as you want to operate it the right way, have all the stuff you need, and just focus on making the monies. But
Exactly.
what's really interesting being a Canadian is really confirming with your local accountant that you don't have to pay any kind of additional taxes by owning this LLC offshore. And I mean,
Okay.
American LLC, because I know that with an LLC or with a multi-member LLC, because I have a lot of Canadian clients, that when you're really paying taxes on the distributions, and that's a dividend. But if you wholly own an LLC offshore, I don't know 100% if there are like CFC, controlled foreign corporation rules, or tax deferral avoidance rules. But if you can have an LLC and leave a lot of profits in it without paying taxes, that's hugely advantageous because in Ontario you pay 50%.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So even if you can't, like for example, at you have a great year, you're in December, you made $400,000 this year, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna prepay $100,000 of ads and prepay $200,000 inventory, so my profit's only 100,000, and we're gonna keep it rolling into next year. It's like a tax plan. So there's other things that might work in Canada that we can discuss and go over as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean that's at the end of the year. We're US and Canada on calendar year basis, so it's we can.
It's the same calendar, the same.
Yeah, I believe it's January 1st to December 31st for US and Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure, exactly. Yeah. But yes, for the company, it's January 1st.
The company is on the same calendar. I mean, we can
same calendar. Yeah,
we can do a different calendar, but we generally never do. It's usually on the same calendar just to make it consistent, easier to.
Yes, exactly. It should be better. It should be better also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And let me get the information from you by email, and I can respond the email and provide the information you need. And for the for the paper or the number for the LLC, they can send me all everything by email or by mail.
Yeah, well, if you work with us, what we do is we'll open the company, we'll get the tax ID, the EIN number, and we'll apply for an ITIN for you so that you can have a personal tax ID in case you need it. Generally for like PayPal accounts, it's still necessary for certain banks. And
The
then
bank is
support. And
the
then
bank
support.
is important. Yes, the bank is important. But
Yeah,
I have to provide that. Yeah.
yeah, so all the numbers help you with the applications, will help you with all of it. So it's really a really done for you, done with you process, with the bank accounts and everything. So we could have bank accounts open with the company and bank accounts open in like 2 or 3 weeks at the,
Okay.
at the earliest. I mean, it's just the biggest delay is pending the bank approval. Everything else is pretty quick.
But the bank account can open online.
Oh, there's only like 1 or 2 banks that we can really open online. Everything else, you have to make a quick trip to the US. If you want to make a trip to Miami, we would schedule the appointments with the bankers, give you all the documents you need, and make it really easy to just come to Miami, spend 3 hours at the bank at 3 different banks, an hour at each bank, and then go to the beach and then fly back to Ontario. I know it's getting to be summertime now, so you're finally getting some good weather, but it's
Yeah, that's fine.
it's always nice.
It's community.
You're literally at the beach right now. I can see it. So you just have really great, no noise at all, but I can see in your background, you're already at the beach.
Yeah, like I said, but my home country is Haiti. It's
Oh, cool. So there's tons of Haitians in Miami. I know like
yes,
billions of them. Yeah.
yes, I know. I have friends siblings in Miami. Also. Yeah.
My first friend I ever made in Miami was my friend Pascal, Haitian guy, and he introduced me to everyone I know in Miami, basically. So he was my first friend in Miami, was a Haitian guy. Yeah.
Yes, it's my
So
home country.
so you're always welcome. Yeah, and you can feel right at home.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Do you have any other questions about this stuff, or even e-com, Amazon products, anything?
No, for now, it's just I wait your email for the detail, and just go to it and set up my LLC, and that's it. But I need because the issue I have with my Amazon right now, because I open in Canada, I cannot provide the information for yours because I have to provide all information from Canada, but I don't like deal with Amazon from Canada because the US market is pretty huge. We get more opportunity.
Well, if you have like if you have a brother in Haiti or a grandma in outside of the US and Canada, you want to put the company in their name so that you don't pay any taxes in Canada. You didn't hear it here, but there's things like that I've helped clients, not helped clients do, but that I've helped clients open companies for family members, and I don't know what they use their companies for, but that's a way to kind of like be even more legally tax optimized, but
I can do that too.
You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I mean, I'm just kidding.
But what is the paper I need to provide? I need to provide his name and the ID number, something like that.
If you have a family member that is outside of a high tax jurisdiction, specifically like Ontario, where it's the highest tax, one of the highest in the world, you're paying 50%.
Yes.
If you have especially like in Haiti, if you have family members out there, it's we can open the company in their names and you can operate like that. You can operate through the company that's in their name and set it up that way, or make them a partner of your company on paper, and so you pay less taxes. It's
that's fine. That's fine. That's a good option.
Yeah, I mean, I'm full of ideas. I want you to pay as little taxes as possible. I also want to do it the right way, but there's nothing wrong with your grandma running an Amazon store. She can do whatever she wants,
That's good. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
Joe. I hope so. I really hope so to make a business with you, and that's going to a funny part also. And let's go to the detail. Send me every detail, and I provide you the information you need. And it's a good idea to get my the name for my borders or any family members in Haiti, and to pay like
I'll send you after we get off the call, I'll send you an email with a little, I'll make a little video for you and kind of list stuff out so that we can be really organized about it.
That's fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for scheduling the call and for showing up. So many people scheduled the Zoom call and don't show up. So it was really great to connect, and I'm glad you even waited for me because I'm like 10 minutes, at least like 15 minutes late for the.
Yes, exactly.
So thanks for
Thank you
waiting.
so much.
Okay, Jean
Okay.
Gerard, we will be in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
Okay. You too. Bye. So Jean Gerard, very nice guy in Ontario, and I'm happy to help him find the right corporate structure for his business. I'm not saying to necessarily put stuff, how do I say it, like hide things or be sneaky about stuff. But if your grandma wants to run a company and she lives in a more tax optimized place, it's all online and everything, help your grandma run her company so she can grow a big business and not pay as much taxes, and then you inherit it or whatever you want to do. I mean, this is small scale stuff. We're talking, there's people that do it this way, and it's definitely a way to get set up legally and do it that way. And to make it work, every case is unique, every case specific. We'll see how it works and what we end up deciding to do. Probably like a multi-member LLC, but we'll have to think about the weigh the pros and the cons and go through it. But that's really what we're here to help with. So if you have calls and you want to talk to me, you want to ask me your questions and get some good advice, you can try the Zoom link below. That I do like very few free calls because most people do the paid calls because they book up first. I put priority on that. And if you want to talk to my team and see how we can work together, that's on the link below. If you want to comment, ask us a question, we'll try and answer it. And I appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Great day.